Welcome back to the 100K Pod, Season 4, Episode 23. We've got the two-pronged head spectacular. I can't remember what you wanted to call it. Welcome back. We are one short. Actually, wait, first. Go the fucking Blue Boys. These look absolutely insane.
Absolutely insane.
We're one short. And I'm not talking about my height.
No, as we said on Hook, Line and Sinker, Das, we're going to freshen up the boys into a massive finals campaign with a couple of weeks of NFL and AFL pods in the same week. So we'll freshen up. You'll notice that. Stoy will be on the Sunday roast this week. No Jev tonight, but that's okay.
I heard that's just because he wants to play some more midfield minutes.
Oh, it might be true.
Coming into finals?
Of course.
So we call him the we call him the wallet.
Yes, because he's always in the back pocket.
Yes, and when he floats forward, we call him the car keys because they usually sit in the forward pocket. Morgs, yes.
Now, we thought in honour of Jev, I don't actually have a joke. So I was racking my brain today. I couldn't think of a joke, but I actually had a funny story that happened to me at lunchtime today. You wouldn't believe it.
All right.
So I was just eating my snag roll. I was walking along the footpath.
Yes.
And I ran into this really old bloke, and he was just bawling his eyes out.
Yeah.
I go, mate, what's wrong? He goes, I'm 85 and I'm in the best shape of my life.
Yeah.
I go, so what's wrong? He goes, well, I've just married a lingerie model who's 30. I go, yeah? What's wrong? He goes, I don't know where I'll live.
I'm absolutely fucked.
I've missed a punchline in there. Lucky it's not a joke. It's a true story. Can we cut this?
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, I've fucked the joke, I reckon. We'll cut this. Hey, pleasure to be here.
Hey.
Oh, I'll do some editing. Fuck.
Do you want to have another crack?
Nah, because I've forgotten.
Do you have another joke?
What? Nah. Nothing that's appropriate.
Can't go from there. All right.
Oh, boy.
Morgs, let's crack into what last week's multi. Geez, we went off to an absolute flyer. Another week. Is this the 5th time this year we've made it to the Sunday slate?
I'd have to be close. I mean, it's a clear tactic. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, you can't. I'd have to be 4 or 5 for sure.
So we call it the Bruce Duel. You start thin, you end thick. All right. So just really coming through. Good legs, bad legs. So good legs, stiff legs, Morgs. What'd you have for us?
Stiff legs. I had Connor Rosie for 2. So I went for a bit of a Sunday jackpot.
Is that it?
No, I got 2.
Oh, beautiful.
But yeah, I went for a bit of a Sunday jackpot. I thought that the last game, he's in good form. He kicked 3 weeks in a row and then had a week off, so I thought he's hot or he's due. Turns out he wasn't due. And then I had Dan Butler. I said he's looking really lively. I still think he was. He's getting to the right spots, but that's probably on me. But still a stiff leg. Just didn't have his snag kicking
Went for a snag and he didn't kick it.
No, I didn't kick one.
Against the Tigers in a massive win.
Yeah, that's right. So that's stiff.
That's stiff.
Yourself?
My stiff legs. So I went through Libba. Got knocked out, so we'll call that a void. Sicily, 25, had 23.
Yep.
Luke Bruce only had the 1.
Oh, he should have kicked at least 3.
Yep. And then also I had Toby Green for 3, only kicked the 2.
Yeah, right. Still played pretty well.
So
The boy in a loss.
your good legs.
Yeah, a lot of good legs. I had Lockie Hunter for $20, $1.37, just keeps hitting. Liam Baker, he ended up kicking 2, only had him for 1. That's honestly,
been in some serious
that's the best
form,
bet in football almost. Zach Butters, 25, he had 34.
Yes.
And then Death Taxes Jesse Hogan for any time. He just kicks his 1 and gets out of there.
Jesse Hogan. Yes, he does. Back
It's unbelievable at the moment.
He'll push
All Australian.
maybe next year. Hey, Jordan Dawson for 20, Tick Petrarca 20, Cripps 20, Kelly 20, Dustin Martin 20, and Finlayson 2. Those are my good legs. Do you have Chev's ones?
No, I should have done that though.
We can just fill in the gaps with those ones.
Sorry,
now,
Jeff.
please, if you are listening, if you got to this far, if you're following us on Instagram, give us a like. If you're following us on YouTube, if not, head over there. The link will be in the bio all week. Please like and subscribe and even comment. If you are listening to this show and there's anything that you like, let us know. Now, we will be coming live on Brownlow night, which will be in a couple of months, or the week before the grand final.
Of course.
This will be live. We'll be decked out, suit and tie, big night. We'll be live the entire time,
Live
going
on
through
YouTube.
all of our every game, every market, how you can bet against each player. It's going to be unbelievable, Morgs.
It's so good, especially because Dickie's done his votes, as he's done for us on the show roughly every 3 weeks. He's done it for every single round, so we'll be able to check in with him. We'll have his votes for each round, what he thinks is coming up, and where the best bet is live. I think one of us got on Paddy Cripps last year live.
I did late.
There you go.
And you end up winning.
He ended up winning. So, yeah, definitely 4 hours, probably 3 or 4 hours live on YouTube. Fuck knows what we'll talk about. Be a bottle of Tito's in the middle and we'll see what happens.
And can we also say, so the Discord, guys, it will be back. Last week, we only put on 4 multis. We didn't get a return, but I'll tell you what, we had 2 of the stiffest one. We had a 10-legger on Carlton Melbourne, And the only losing leg, so this to get back $780 was Doherty. He got subbed off at the start of the third quarter. We need him for 25, had 23.
That's right.
Then our last one, I put on a Sunday Hail Mary. Couldn't get on to many people. I'm like, put on a 13-legger. So this would have got back about $1,400. Our only losing leg was Cornelio. We need him for 20. He had 19.
That's unbelievable.
That's as stiff as it gets. So
That
I
is.
will make a promo code. If you're in the Discord, if you're not on the Discord, Linktree, click that. It's only $2 a week. And then you guys get access to all of our bets, plus everyone else's bets, because everyone's going off. Soccer's going bananas.
It's
at the moment.
unbelievable. If they asked me to make an EPL chat, I made one within, there was probably 13 blokes in there for night one of the EPL.
Which is unbelievable.
It's incredible.
I'm getting tips off them as far as EPL goes.
Oh, absolutely. Someone messaged me on Instagram the other day and asked me for the tip. I said, the Discord's popping.
So we'll be going again this week. Everyone's really been enjoying it. As I said, you guys get a say in what we put on. It's a lot of fun, and then that way we roll through onto the weekend. Now,
Got to roll through.
Morgs, I reckon we're going to hit. We don't have Jev here with us.
So we should discuss the strategy, I suppose.
So had a look at some of the games, some really big implications for teams this week. So we need some teams. I believe, Morgs, 4 teams can finish on the same amount of points, but 2 will miss out on percentage.
Right.
One of those teams that we might look at is the Bulldogs.
Sure. Yeah. Tough loss last week.
So you really think that they're going to need a big percentage boost if they want to be in that bracket?
For sure.
They have West Coast this week, Morgs.
Yeah, there it is.
So you might think they want to put some scoreboard pressure on, right? So that's the sort of thing that we're really looking at. We're looking at players to kick goals, players for touches, people that might be thereabouts in a best and fairest or a Brownlow medal, stuff to look at, and also some retirees, which we will be looking at. Now, if we obviously we don't go into the Friday night, so we kick off on Saturday, so you guys have enough time to go through this. Richmond and North Melbourne, Morgs, anything?
Nothing for me. I love the personals bet that you're about to discuss, but Richmond, North Melbourne, the first game of the multis, probably just not that conducive for legs.
This was the first thing that jumped into my mind
too.
This isn't in the 100k multi just because it's the first game. Jack Rewalt at the MCG, farewell game, Morgs, for 5 pluses at 4.30. This was at $6 on Monday when I first looked at it. It was at $5.40 yesterday. It is $4.30 today. This is going to come in to probably $3.80 against North Melbourne.
For sure.
We backed last year Josh Kennedy for 5 plus.
Yep.
Final game.
Best bet ever.
He had about 12 shots on goal. I do not be surprised. I think he's going to kick 8 goals.
I think the proof is in the pudding. If this was a Sunday game, we would have had him for at least 4.
He will be kicking. They are going to give him every single option that they can to have a party time, Jack. And also, I wouldn't mind Trent Cotchin for 20 plus and a goal. But the last game, he's had a hell of a career. He's had one of the most envious careers you can have.
Oh, for sure. I saw a triple wafer. They do T-shirts like the Carlton Draft. Just had the photo of Jack and the 3 medals. And that in the Mr. Brightside highlight. It's a fair fucking game.
I'm telling you, this is a must-tune-in game.
Definitely.
It is going to be
fun
party
to watch,
time.
I agree.
MCG, he's going to pull out all the bags. Jack Rewalt for 5 goals, not on the multi. We don't have a leg in this game. Next one, our boys, Morgs. Can we make it, if we win the next 10 on the trot going into finals, which is unheard of, Suns, Carlton, we were 15th. We are now 5th on the ladder. We can lock up our final spot for the first time in a long time.
So we spoke about this on Hook, Line and Sinker. I said to you that traditionally I rate my feeling for Blues games.
Yes.
We just do not play well in the Gold Coast. I don't know what it is. I said maybe Blake Acres gets stuck at SeaWorld and misses the bus. It's got to be an option. I don't know what else it is.
Has to be.
So, look, I am actually nervous only because of the implications. I'd love the week off next week. Don't have to go to GWS game at Marvel, the 6-10 game, knowing that it's winning in. I'd love to just sew it up. And who expected us to beat Melbourne? So, let's be honest. We've got one in the can. Do you like anything in this game?
Look, the only thing I want us to get off to a green tick.
Yeah,
Had to put a result in.
Oh.
Blues plus 29.5.
Oh, okay. I like it.
$1.07.
Yeah.
We're not going to lose by more than 30 points, are we?
No.
More by 29. Hell no.
No, definitely.
We're going to put Charlie in for 5.
Yeah.
We're going to put Newman in for 35.
Motlop for 2.
5 even. There were so many legs, but let's pin it back a little bit. Let's start with the Bruce Stool. His hairline starts about there, so wait for this thing to get a little bit thicker.
It starts on his coccyx.
Blues plus 29.5 Morgs. That's a pretty safe cover.
No, it's a great bet. I wanted to have Levi for first, obviously, but just being the Saturday game.
Too thin. Too thick for us.
I guarantee Levi Casbolt will kick the first.
14-1. Next game, GWS versus Essendon. I'm very excited to see this. Same thing. Teams must win if they want to make finals. Essendon have had a really easy draw the last 2. West Coast and North only just scraping in. Bombers beat GWS earlier in the year. This is a giant stadium. This is a giant game. This is a must win.
Yeah.
Who do you like?
Great intro. Let me pull the curtain back a little bit on the 100K process. So when you give me a leg, I know that you've given me the leg because we had to put the bet on.
Of course.
But I've acted like I've never heard the last 3 bets of yours.
Yes.
I liked it the same as you, so you start off and I'll bring it home.
Lockie Whitfield for 20 touches at $1.17.
That's incredible.
Right? So we're starting just we're trying to get into there. They versed the Bombers earlier this year. They lost. He had 24 disposals. He's an incredible player. He runs. He plays that ground so well. They're just certain teams, certain players that play at grounds really well. This game just screams about a 30+ for me, Morgs.
Yeah, I agree. It'll be good weather up there for sure. So his last 5 was 27, 19. So close, you missed by 1. 36, 25, 28. Who started the year off so hot. Then he had a little patch in the middle there.
Yes.
Where he probably fell out of pyramid contention. Now he's close to back in or he's well on his way. Fresh off 27, we'll just take him for the $1.22. It's good. That's good value.
For GWS to win this, they need their best players firing.
Oh, that's a good call.
So that's what we're putting in finals.
Yeah, finals.
Whitfield, 20.
Would love Toby Green, but it's sort of back to the well. $1.22, you just take it and get out of there with the dub.
Perfect. Next game, St Kilda Geelong. Now, this is the game that kickstarted the Cats last year. They lost this one, then they went on to win the next 16 and win the premiership. St Kilda this is their 3rd game in a row at Marvel. Yeah, the Cats need to win. The Saints need to win.
Yeah, which is awesome, as we said on Hook, Line and Sinker. So many must-wins.
We're putting in really good legs so far. What do you have for us?
So I've got it.
I actually don't know what this leg is.
Have you left this alone?
I did not touch this.
Okay. I've got a Who Am I for you. All
right, here we go.
This is red hot. So it's no funny business. This is just my last 5. 4 goals, 4 goals, 2 goals, 2 goals, 1 goal.
Is it Ablett Senior or Lockett?
The 2 great guesses. I'm Oliver Henry.
He's in the multi.
How
many for?
1.
Oh, beautiful.
Just $1.13. Just want it $1.13. I thought the $1.13 was better than bank interest.
Love it.
I just had to take it on that form. He kicked 4 2 weeks in a row, and then the 2 before that, 2 and 2. And then 1 before that even. So there's your last 5, $1.13. I just wanted the tick on the Saturday night.
Redemption game, Geelong need to win this.
I can't see it happening again, the old Geelong win and then win the flag. But yeah, I mean, good luck picking against all 4 the Saints at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. That's a great leg, Morgs.
I'll just be watching Henry.
Oh, if once that gets the tick, we're on to the next one.
Yeah,
Jev, massive game, mate. Adelaide versus Swans. Jevy, over to you. Jev?
Yep.
Jevy? I actually don't have a leg in this game. I've left it all for Jev.
Yeah, out of respect, I left it as well. So we've left it out of the 100K, but I've got a diamond in the rough for you for your personals.
So we actually don't have a leg.
No, we won't bet on it out of respect. So, Jeff, it's probably a must-win. Again, another must-win for both teams. If you think if Adelaide lose this, they're done.
Yep.
I think that's even mathematically. Don't quote me on that, but I think it might be. Swans can probably lose and still make the 8, but they wouldn't want to cut it that close. But talk about a diamond in the rough here, Das. Oliver Florent for 15 disposals is $1.39. So $1.40 is real juicy, especially in 100K terms. He's had 15 disposals in 13 of the last 14.
Jesus.
Give me a leg that's going to pay $1.40 that's got up 13 of the last 14.
My knob.
Yeah, well, that. And Florent. So, yeah, personals, not in the 100K, out of respect for Jev, but geez, that's a good leg. And message me a multi featuring Florent.
So we're rolling through. We've hit Saturday. So the legs that we need are Blues plus 29.5, Whitfield 20, Ollie Henry goal.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep. And my personals would be Florent.
To get us through. So we've got 3 legs on Saturday.
3 on Saturday. That's not really by design, I suppose.
We've gone to there.
Yeah, we're dueling.
They're on the way back down. All right, here we go. Bulldogs West Coast. I'm telling you that Bulldogs need to have a big performance to make finals. Not only that, but they need some big percentage booster because they've got the Cats next week at the Cattery.
It's more than just a win.
First leg. Give it to us.
Give me my man. So the $1 million man, I'm calling him. Jamara Ugle-Hagan. $1.77 to score 3 or more. So he's kicked 3 goals in each of the last 3 matches that the Dogs were favourites at Marvel.
He's so good there. He's so bad
so
away.
in the weeds. They just don't have 2 good enough defenders to stop Norton and Jamara, do they? Let alone
North.
Lob.
No,
West Coast.
Sorry, West Coast, yeah.
Smart. So he's kicked 2 last week, 5 the week before. As you said, it's a must-win and some because they're going to need the percentage. My $1 million man, give me Jamara for 3. I think he'll have this by 10 minutes into the second.
I'll relay over the other side of the forward line.
Please relay.
Aaron Norton, 2 goals.
Oh,
that's all we need.
Just 2.
5 between them. This could be a 100+ point game again.
Yeah.
Last year at their stadium, 101 point victory. Norton kicked 4.
Yep.
Nightmares.
Oh, they'll be
Jamara Norton. This could be
Mate, they will be razzled and dazzled.
I reckon it's going to be like Buddy and Roughhead.
I kind of agree. I reckon Bevo will put some pressure on him this week because that was a real bad loss last week. And as you said, win and more.
Win and in.
And more.
Big score.
Is that all you got?
No.
No, because I'm done.
Oh, you're over. Oh. So this is another one. Who's the man biting at Dacos's heels for the Brownlow? It's not Nick Newman. It's Marcus Bontempelli.
Oh, of course it is.
25 touches. Yep. This is absolutely clinical. He has been down the last couple of weeks.
Yeah,
been a little bit tagged. No one is going to tag him. Last time they played at Marvel. So we're not talking about the last time where Norton kicked forward.
Yeah, he went forward.
So this was round 3, Sunday afternoon, Channel 7. I was sitting on the couch. This is unbelievable. The text chain was going off. Bont has absolutely taken over. Last quarter, Dogs end up winning by 7 points. Gets over the line. Loves this sort of setup. Another Sunday game against the Eagles. He had 30 and 3 last time. 3 Brownlow votes. Give me 25 disposals. No libber in the side. Get yourself in the middle.
No, it's a good
Get
bet.
it touching. This is just a no-brainer for me.
Who did they play 2 weeks ago at Marvel where on the Friday night?
Richmond. They dominated.
Richmond, yeah. He went forward and looked like the best forward since Modra. So I love this bet. 25.
He had 15 in the second quarter, that game.
Of course he did.
No libber. I absolutely love this one. No more legs.
No more legs.
Geez, we're getting thicker here. Melbourne and Hawthorn. This is a cracker. There are so many good markets in here. We have a lot of legs in this game for a reason. Too many good markets, too many good players.
So we spoke on the phone today, Das, and obviously, we treat the last game on a Sunday as the real cash cow. But as you say, we sort of got lucked out and got 2 of those games. So my first leg, I've got Lockie Hunter for $1.37 just for 20 or more. So he's recorded 20 in the last 10 of 11. Mm-hmm. We've been on him for the 3 of those last 11, really. Mm-hmm. It's just too good a bet to say no to. $1.37, it hasn't come in yet. One of those ones that I'm not sure why it hasn't come in.
I don't know.
20 disposals. I just can't say no to it.
One I can't say no to. Have to put him in. His form's been impeccable. 40 and 28 his last 2. John Newcomb, 25 plus at $1.45. Me and you went through and we looked at Hawthorn's last 2 games. You look at Melbourne's last 2 games. Every single time they've had at least 4 players get above 25 disposals. So when you look at those things, you're like, oh, can that many people get it? These 2 teams love to highly possess the football in the midfield. Yep. They're going to absolutely go like battering rams. And not only that, they love to tackle. So that they're going to get a lot of contested possessions and also a lot of little squares, give and goes, and also a lot of ball ups. So we're going to get repeated efforts again and again and again and again. Again and again and again and again. So John Newcomb, 25 disposals, book it, $1.45. Love it.
He's fucking unbelievable analysis, Das.
Thank you.
You just don't get that anywhere else. You get X's and O's somewhere else, but you just won't get that sort of stuff. So it's a credit to you.
Thanks, mate.
This is not a who am I. This is are you hot or you due, right?
Yep.
So have a listen to this. My last 5. 1 being last week. 3, 2, 2, 3. So he's hot, right? Mm-hmm. Last week only had 1.
So he's due.
But I would dare to say that he's both hot and due. Mm. I'm talking about Cozzy Pickett. Just for 2, as I said, 4 out of the last 5, he's kicked 2 or more, 2 or 3. Last week, just had the week off, only kicked the 1. You still get $2, I think about $2 on it. I just think he's so due. He's so hot. Cheers, Coz.
Jeez, that's so good.
Isn't it?
I'm taking the Grand Mighty Angus Burger, Angus Brayshaw.
Add some mozzarella in there.
He has been revolutionary since being able to go back into the midfield, and I think him still being able to play a lot more time in there. $1.76 is a lot of coin, but it is a Sunday game, and we love it. He's had 31, 37, 22, 26, 29. He's way too good not to be in the midfield. And I think with Petrarca going forward a little bit more Viney in there, I think that his spot, around clearance, he's so clean, uses the ball really well. Don't be surprised if he continues to play in there a lot more. I cannot wait to watch these 2 midfields absolutely cracking and go at one another. 25 disposals on a Sunday, Arvo. If it was anywhere else, I might not touch it. The MCG absolutely loves it.
Was just thinking as well that with Oliver coming back in, you probably get a little bit nervous. But then I actually thought about it. The fact that they've got 2 genuine wingers, it means that he's not going to go anywhere else. But you could stay in.
You'd rather him in the midfield.
That's what I'm saying. Why would you move him anywhere else?
I love it.
Speaking of which, in honour of Jeff, give me his Brownlow certainty. Clary Oliver for 25. So he probably went under the radar last week, I reckon. Last week we were there. He had 27 disposals. I think he had 9 or 10 tackles.
He had 19 in the second half.
That's unbelievable. That's a fucking great game considering what he missed 2 months.
He's just going to be building in these next couple of weeks, won't he?
100%. He knows what's on offer, and you'd have to say Melbourne be top 1 or 2 favourites for the flag. I just can't say no to it. 25 disposals. It was shorter than I thought, but then I thought about it. Probably not. The man's a bull. It deserves to be short. I think it was about $1.30. I probably should know that, but I don't.
I don't think it's going to be a super highly scoring game. I think it could be a lot like the Carlton-Melbourne game, but also I think very defensively. So Lever and May will still try and set up because that's the way that they play. And also the Hawks at the MCG love to do that role as well. James Sicily plays the MCG extremely well. He had 37 against the Pies. He only had the 22 last week, but look for him to really gear that back up. He'll be the absolute warden back there. He'll be the supervisor. Get Weddle back there. Hey, mate, you just do this. Let me do my thing. 20 disposals, Morgs, $1.17, money for jam.
That's one of your best bets all year. And so's this. Talk about flat track bully. So I'm going with my man, big bustling Cade Chandler. He's a flat track bully. So he's kicked 3 goals in 3 of Melbourne's last 4 against opponents that were ranked in the bottom 4.
Yes.
So I sort of read that, right? And I thought, well, Hawthorn probably aren't playing to the standard of a bottom 4 side.
No.
But do you think Cade Chandler gives a fuck about that? The stat is the stat. He'll pick on teams in the bottom 4 and he'll do it again. So I liked him for 2, but it's probably just a little risky. Cade Chandler for 1, I get $1.22, and I can't say no to these legs.
When he's kicked 1-3, 1-3, you'd assume that he'd be kicking 3 again this week. So that's money,
right.
money for jam.
I think he went 6. He kicked 12 goals in 6 weeks. I then backed him the next week and he had a week off. So yeah,
that's
you're
right.
either hot or you're due, and I think he's due and hot.
I think he's back here now. When you scroll down the scorers list for goals, you'll find a man, Will Day. Now, we were big on him this week, Morgs.
Yeah, very.
For $3.45 as a midfielder against another team in which they would love to compare themselves and give themselves a really good crack.
Yep.
We said if he can start kicking a few more goals in games, they'll really add another string to his bow.
Definitely.
We're taking him. He had a goal last week, missed the week before, kicked 2 the week before that against the Saints. Looked really good. Absolutely love Will Day for a snag. $3.45. Go at it, young fella.
No, absolutely. That's a great Sunday league. And as we say, we like shots on goal. So he's having the shots on goal. Kicked a great snag last week. I love that Dars. Out of the midfield, half forward. Either way will do.
But the fact they can do it, like Warple kick 1 last week, Newcomb kick 1 last week, and Will Day kick 1 last week. So
yeah, definitely.
You get all these guys that are running forward. Like, they're a very exciting team. They can punish you on the scoreboard, which is what we like to see, and punish you in the bedroom. Let's go the last game, Morgs.
No, I've actually got one more.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I've only got one more, but I would love to. Very quickly, I would love to have Luke Bruce for 2. He only kicked 1 last week, the professional forward.
Got
he kicked 1 goal, 1. He should have kicked 3, but I think he's an absolute lock for 2 this week. For your personals, this one snuck into the 100K. Blake Hardwick, or as I like to call him, Old John Deere. A man that sort of got lost in the mix, I reckon, under the Newcomb, Day and Warple sort of hurricane. He's 16 out of the last 17 he's had 15 disposals. So $1.32 with that sort of form again. I just don't know why the bookies are leaving him at $1.32, but I had to take it.
As Jev would say, tough as a goat's knee, that man.
Yeah, absolutely. Blake Hardwick, Old John Deere.
And still sometimes takes a kick out, so he'll probably get 3 or 4 coming in through that.
Thank you
Last
very
game,
much.
we love this one. The Dockers
huge.
and the Port Adelaide Power. This is cream central for us. Morgs, kick us off.
Give me... I've actually got a bit of a holy trinity here, but we'll get to it. Give me the Horn for 1. So, kicked 4 in the last 5. He kicked 3 last week after Kingy called him out and said we need more goals from him. I don't know if you saw the highlight. Was rosy clearance, bullet to Butters, handball to Horn kick goal of the year. So, I just think the Hink's back for 2, and I think as a result, the Horn's good for 1.
That is incredible.
It's just short and sharp.
I think he'll be hitting the scoreboard again this week as well, Morgs. These teams, same thing, Port Adelaide will be hitting their straps.
Oh, you got a strap.
Hitting their straps. So I'm going to be taking one of my favourite, not really one of my favourite, one of Jev's favourite, but Rose Morgs, $1.41, has not gone under in the last 4 games.
He's in some form.
$1.42 Rose will be up there in the Brownlow.
Yep.
And I just think everyone's going to be firing on all cylinders. So
yeah, I love that. It was top 5 in the last Brownlow Shark leaderboard. So definitely
climbing.
Hello. Hand on my heart. I have never heard of the name Sam Sturt. But then I got into his form, Das, and it was irresistible. I got a vintage Dockers Sturt jersey on the way. He's kicked 3 goals in each of Freo's last 2. So that's just, I only need 2 weeks of form. When it's 3 a week, that's all I need.
He's kicking 3 a week.
3 a week in the last 2, over the last fortnight. So $1.30-ish, Sammy Sturt anytime. Yeah, it's 2 out of 3, my holy trinity.
I'll be taking Jimis for 2.
Yeah, it's a great league.
Have a guess how much you think that is.
Jimis for 2, $1.40.
$1 dinner for 2.
Are you kidding?
$1.69, ladies and gentlemen. Kicked 4 last week at home against the Eagles. Sometimes you get played into form.
That's right.
We're just taking you for 2. Really good player. Love this one. $1.69. Don't think about it too much because it will hit. Now, my next 2 legs, Morgs, I've got 2 players that I'm incorporating. Who do you have?
I have Kane Farrell for 15 disposals.
How would you describe him, Morgs?
So, Franking coach, Daniel Price, Franking coach, our very own, sort of opened my eyes to Kane Farrell. Now, I've watched him pretty closely over the last 2 or 3 weeks. He's a very twitchy, lively player.
Twitchy?
You look at his form, he's recorded 15 disposals in 7 of his last 8.
7 out of the last 8. Yeah, that's
15 disposals. So, I got about $1.40 for Kane Farrell. So, just as I said, he's a gamer, a lively, twitchy type, and I love to bet on him, to be honest.
Yeah, so do I. Now, Morgs, I've got 2 players. They're a nice little tandem. I've got them both for 25.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
So over the last 5 weeks,
yep,
they've had a total of 296 disposals between them.
It's a great stat.
296 disposals. You divide that. They're averaging between them, or each, 29.6 disposals.
Yeah,
We've got them both for 25.
Oh, it's a good bet.
Sarong and Brayshaw. Sarong and Brayshaw, Morgs, 25 apiece.
I'd have my super
They
on that.
absolutely go to town. They're almost averaging 30 disposals.
The Dudleys.
Each. The Dudleys, Devon and Bubba Ray. That is it. Do you have any more legs?
I do.
So do I. I've got one after.
This is my final one. This is just a pleasure to bet on this man. So, Zach Butters. Got him for 30 or more. We thought about 25 and I thought, you know what, fuck it. We're going for 30. He's had it the last month. So he had 30 disposals the last 4 weeks. He had the 6 weeks where he went straight to the top of Jev's pyramid.
He went nuts.
He was the best player in the comp at the time, according to Jev. He then dropped out with a little bit of a fall off. Rosie sort of jumped back on. And I reckon he saw the love that Rosie was getting, knew that he came out of form a little bit, and he's hit straight back the last month. It's going to be an unbelievable... Rosie and Butters, Porter in good hands. They're going to both be in the top 10 of the Brown, though, you'd think.
If they roll into that form, it's going to be unbelievable towards the back end of the year.
And yeah, he's great to watch, great to bet on. 30 disposals, had it the last month. Tell me where I've gone wrong.
You haven't.
I don't know.
Now, I've got 2 little goal kickers here, Morgs.
Okay.
I call it the beef and black pepper.
Hello.
Bailey Banfield and Sam Powell Pepper.
That's good.
The beef and black pepper.
That's brilliant.
This is what we have. $1.34 and $1.40. These 2, either end of the ground, they're not going to look at each other.
Shake hands.
They won't even look at each other. The other end of the ground.
Why would they shake
But they're
hands?
both going to kick a goal.
Absolutely.
Banfield probably kicks the first.
Yep.
Powell Pepper probably kicks the second.
Him and a Casbolt. Not a bad bet.
That's a good bet. But they're both in there just to kick one each on the Bachelor's game. $4.40. Fremantle.
And that rounds out that. So that's 10 legs we've got in that same game.
But I looked at all the other games, Morgs, and there's just...
Look, it's a great betting game, the last one. We often do get... I mean, I hate... watching games. Is that in Perth? It is in Perth.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, but to have 10 legs on that, it's an absolute pleasure.
The cream. That's the multi-more. A 25-legger, $12.80 on it.
Do you want me to read this out?
Oh, I'd love that. Here we are. Round 23, Season 4. Luke Morgan with the call.
$12.80 on this. It's $7,832.
Racing now. Carlton get out well, plus 29.5 at $1.08. Whitfield $1.17 for 20. Oliver Henry anytime $1.13 in the West Coast and Bulldogs. Ugelhagen for 3. Bontempelli for 25. Norton for 2 or more into Melbourne Hawthorn. Cade Chandler anytime. Hardwick 15. Hunter 20. Newcomb 25. Brayshaw 25. Oliver 25. Pickett 2 or more. Will Day anytime into Sicily 20. Moving along now as we get into the last 100. Butters 30. Farrell 15. Sturt making his move anytime. Horn Francis anytime. Sarong 25. Brayshaw 25. Here comes a miss now. 2 or more. Rosie. Banfield. Pepper's going to get it. Anytime disposal.
$12.80 on that. $7,832 it pays. It's going to be on the Patreon. All of the same game multis to help you build the multi yourself, because we can't copy bet the multi does. It pays too much. It's probably fair enough.
That was unbelievable. I'd Power Pepper for the win, so I'm really glad that we got that one in. We got on the 2-prong attack, Morgs. This is absolutely unbelievable. So the Brewster, we've started thinner than
your mum's biscuit.
Oh, that's not thin.
It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Open to interpretation.
No, it's our last show.
This won't be our last show. If you're listening, tell us how big your mum's biscuit is.
Luckily, no one is listening.
What did your mum wear to bed?
Oh, for God's sake.
I'd actually like to know.
A biscuit.
How big is it?
Hey, hell of a show. We miss you, Jev. Jev will be back. Sunday roast. It's going to be Jev and Stoy. Stoy the boy will be on Sunday roast. Hook, line and sinker, we don't know.
No, hook, line, and sinker's done.
What do we got? One more week. NFL prediction pod.
Yep.
It's all happening. NFL's only 3 weeks away.
Also, college football is coming back.
Yeah, thank God. I had a look. We went at 74% last year. Sorry, 74%, just units on units.
That's pretty good. I think I got dry lids. That's good. How much are the Blues winning by?
Blues by, I'm not that confident. Blues by 12.5.
Yeah. 5 goals. Chile!
Baby back ribs.
Arriba.